Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Here by the Romance, my little corner of the internet where I review and generally squee over romance novels. It is approximately 9:45 p.m. on Monday, November. What day is today? It is approximately 9:45 p.m. on Monday, November 18th. It is the first day of Buzzwordathon round 5, and I just decided moments ago to participate. I just caught wind of Buzzwordathon a couple days ago, and I was waffling about whether or not I wanted to participate, and I had decided this afternoon that I wasn't going to because I have approximately 100,000 other things that I need to be reading right now. And then I was watching BookTube, catching up, and I decided that I'm going to do it. Before I decided this afternoon that I wasn't going to do it, oh, sorry. That's my pupper. Oh, hello. Before I definitively decided that I wasn't going to do it, I had made a list of books on my TBR that would count towards this Buzzwordathon. And I was like joking to myself, I could do all romance because there's a number of romance novels that I want to get to that have numbers in their titles. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to dive in at 9:45 on the first day with a novella. So I just downloaded Knit 1 Girl 2 by Shira Glassman. This has been, well, a sample of this has been on my Kindle for years now because I read another of her novellas a couple years ago. The name is escaping me at the moment. Did I mention that it's 9:45? So I downloaded a sample of this after finishing that, and it's been on my TBR ever since. And when I was going through my list today, I was like, that's a perfect one to do. And because it's a novella, I feel a little bit less intimidated by jumping into this readathon so late. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I think I'm also gonna vlog, I guess. We'll see how that goes. I can't make any promises. So yeah, I'm gonna go head up to bed, hopefully get a couple pages of this read, and then I will update you at some point tomorrow. Hello, good morning. I am a couple minutes early to work because I stopped to get myself a coffee. It's pretty rare that I get coffee out of the house nowadays, but I needed some caffeine, and most everything that I have in my house is decaffeinated at this point. So I got a half decaf, half regular iced coffee with peppermint mocha and 1 cream. And it's delicious. So anyway, so I'm a few minutes really early to work, so I thought I would update you quickly. I read for about a half hour last night, and I got about 20% of the way through my novella, Knit 1 Girl 2 by Shira Glassman. It is a female romance novella featuring 2 Jewish heroines. So representation is on point. I like it so far. Novellas don't tend to be my favorite type of book because I don't feel I get enough time with the characters. So we'll see. I like it so far. Like I said, representation is on point. It's got lots of knitting references, which as a knitter, I really enjoy. So I am hoping to finish it today before I get home from work. I have an hour lunch break, so I am kind of hoping I can finish it during my lunch break so that I can start my next book when I get home tonight, and that will be 7 Minutes in Heaven by Eloisa James. 7 Minutes in Heaven is going to tick off 2 challenge boxes for me because it's going to fit for this challenge, this Buzzwordathon, and it's also going to be a physical TBR book, which I challenge myself to read 1 of every single month. I realized that I never really talked about the readathon in my clip last night. I'm kind of assuming you guys know what Buzzwordathon is, but if you don't, it is a readathon that is hosted by 2 booktubers, Booksandlala and gabbyreads. They are hosting this round of Buzzwordathon. I believe it was created by Booksandlala, and every time she does it, she asks another YouTuber to host it with her. So they pick a word or words And the challenge is to, for the week, read as many books as you can with that word or words in the title. Very simple, very easy. There's not a whole bunch of challenges that go along with it. It's just reading, which I love. So this is round 5, I think, and we are reading books with numbers in the title. So I've got Knit 1, Girl 2 by Shira Glassman and 7 Minutes in Heaven by Eloisa James. I am hoping to throw a third book into the mix at some point, possibly an audiobook. We'll see. I am currently listening to Circe by Madeline Miller for reasons, which I have decided I'm going to talk about in another video probably sometime next month. So hopefully you're not too intrigued. So that's pretty much what I've got going on. Like I said, not a whole lot to update you on, but I'm hoping to check in at least twice more today. We'll see. I am totally new to this vlogging thing. I love watching reading vlogs. They're probably my favorite booktube videos to watch. So I am nervous and excited to be trying my hand at it. I have no idea what it's going to look like, if I'm going to bring you places other than Buzzwordathon related places, or if I'm just going to stick to reading. I don't know. We'll see. I think the weirdest thing is going to be not saying goodbye to you at the end of every clip. So I am not going to say goodbye. I am going to say that I will see you later today. Hi there. So I just got off my desk shift downstairs and I am going on my hour lunch break, and I'm going to see how much of my novella I can get finished during my hour lunch. Hopefully it's the rest of it. So I'm just gonna enjoy my leftovers, read my book, and hope that nobody walks in on me recording myself doing that. Hello. So it is much later. I finished Knit 1 Girl 2 on my lunch break, and I have officially started 7 Minutes in Heaven. I wanted to update you after I finished Knit 1 Girl 2, but there were people in the break room at that point, and I was not, no. So then I thought, oh, that's okay. I'll just do it when I get out to my car before I go home. Well, I forgot. It's pitch black outside. But I did finish it, and I liked it. I would give it 3 stars. Like I said, novellas aren't usually my favorite type of book. And I would really probably honestly give it like a 2.75. And that's not because the writing or the plot or anything. It's just because I don't really get into novellas. I don't have enough time to invest myself in the story. However, like I mentioned before, I really fully appreciate the representation in this book. It was cute. I'm here for 2 Jewish ladies falling in love. There was also a lot of other representation in the book. There was 2 trans characters, a non-binary character. I think that's it. In addition to the 2 ladies who I believe identify as bisexual and gay. Unfortunately, I would hesitate to recommend it because the knitting references I felt were a little bit exclusionary. As a knitter, I understood all of them, but I feel like you have to A, be a knitter, and B, be a knitter who is active in the online knitting community to understand a lot of what was being referenced. So let me backtrack a little bit. The story follows Clara and Danielle, and Clara is an indie small batch yarn dyer who has just successfully wrapped up her first sock club. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a book of the month, but sock yarn, hand-dyed sock yarn. So Clara dyes these skeins of sock yarn in small batches, and the book starts off, she's looking for a new theme. She needs inspiration for her next sock yarn club, and she stumbles into this gallery and she falls in love with these paintings, and she decides to ask the artist if they would be interested in collaborating with her. The artist in question is Danielle, and she turns out to be very interested in collaborating. So they get together, they start working on the club. It turns out that the club kind of blows up, and then Clara's really overwhelmed and feels like she can't handle how popular it got. Danielle's also dealing with some life stuff that they navigate together. It's a pretty gentle romance. I don't even think they kiss. No, I think they kiss once at the end. I'm glad that I finally got to it. It was on my TBR forever. I had a sample on my Kindle for years, and I just hadn't gotten around to it, so I'm glad I read it. I enjoyed it. I think other knitters would enjoy it, but I would hesitate to recommend it without that little caveat. As I said, I did start 7 Minutes in Heaven. I'm not very far into it, and I'm enjoying it so far. I love Eloisa James's writing. I'm a big fan of hers. My plans for the rest of the evening are to just continue reading this and see how far I get. I just realized that this book is about the children from two of my favorite books from the Desperate Duchesses series. I don't know how I didn't know this. I'm just reading, and I'm starting to recognize people's names and recognize plot things from those books. I'm just like... So Eugenia is the heroine of our story, and she owns a governess agency, and she is the daughter from Duchess by Night, which is number 3 in the Desperate Duchesses series, I think. I loved that book. The hero of our story is the son of Lord Griffin from book 1 in the series, Desperate Duchesses. I'm so happy. I did not know that this book was so tied in with that series. I thought it was a standalone. I'm so much more excited to read this now than I was. I was pretty much just reading it because it's by Eloisa James and it was on my shelf. I didn't know anything about the plot, obviously, but I am really glad that I picked this up, and I am really looking forward to reading it. Just finishing up my breakfast. Good morning. It is day 3 of the Buzzwordathon. I just dropped my dog off at doggy daycare. She goes about once a week, mostly to socialize and get some exercise, and she absolutely loves other dogs and other people, so it's like her favorite day of the week. And she comes home and she's pooped all day. It's the best. For those of you who are wondering, I'll just put this little tidbit in there. I have 4 pets, 2 of which you saw last night. The black cat is Cookie Dough, and the dog that you saw is Hera. I also have another cat named Sugar, and I have a bunny named Lucy. So our house is a regular petting zoo, but it's awesome. I would not change it for anything. Well, I would change it if that meant I could have more. I only got about 70 pages into 7 Minutes in Heaven last night, which is about 30 to 60 pages shy of my goal. I am hoping to finish it in 3 to 4 days. To finish it in 3 days, I need to read 100 pages a day. To finish it in 4 days, I need to read 100, no, that's wrong. To finish it in 3 days, I need to read 130 pages a day. To finish it in 4, I need to read 100. So I was trying to read at least 100 pages yesterday, but as you saw, I'm constantly distracted by pets, which is fine. But then I got a pretty gnarly headache. So I went to bed pretty early. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to update you on. The next couple days will be interesting because I had a lot to update you on yesterday. I finished a book and started a book. I'm not expecting to finish this for at least 2 more days, so I'm not really sure what the next couple days vlogging are gonna look like. So yeah, I'll see you later today. Hey everybody, so what's going on in readathon world? Let's see, I read a little bit on my children's room desk shift today, and I got up to where I wanted to be last night. I'm on page 100. And then I decided that I am going to pause listening to my current audiobook so that I can listen to this one so I can get through a little bit faster. So I downloaded the audiobook from the library and I'm going to listen to it on my commute home. Tonight we are playing Dungeons and Dragons with some friends via the internet, so I'm not going to get to do a whole lot of reading later, so the more I can get done, the better. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm home, got the pup. Audiobook's not great, but I got 3 chapters done, so I'm calling it a win. Good morning. Today is day 4 of the Buzzword Readathon. The beasts are fed, the husband is off to work, the coffee is brewed. Today is my morning off. I work 12:30 to 8:30 today at the library, so that means that I get the whole morning to myself, which is so nice. I do have an errand to run and a chore that I'm currently doing, so if you can hear my washing machine in the background, I apologize. But other than that, it's going to be a pretty chill morning, which doesn't make for great vlogging content, but makes for great Buzzwordathon reading. So what's going on? Where am I at with my reading? I am currently on page 200 of 7 Minutes in Heaven by Eloisa James. I ended up listening to quite a bit more of the audiobook yesterday, even though I'm not loving the narration. Audiobooks are primo for listening, but also getting things done that need to get done. So yeah, I'm currently on track to finish this by Friday, which I'm happy with. We are going to a friend's house this weekend. They live about an hour and a half away, and we are, I think, going to be staying over. So I don't know if I'm going to get a whole lot of reading done while we're there, but I will have the hour and a half drive each way to get some of my audiobook listened to. At that point, it'll be a different audiobook, I think, because I'm hoping to be done with this by Friday, like I said. So really quickly before I forget, I just wanted to let you guys know that yesterday when I went on Goodreads to update my progress on Knit One Girl 2, I got a chance to read some of the reviews that my Goodreads friends had written. It turns out that quite a few of my Goodreads friends have read this book and really liked it. These friends are not knitters as far as I know, so I think that bodes well. I can confidently say that the knitting references will not deter you from enjoying this FF novella. So if you are here for a cute, sweet, short, and fluffy romance novel about two ladies who are Jewish falling in love, then I think you'll really like it. I also realized that I lied to you in my first clip on day one when I said that I had read another of her novellas. That's not true. I have 2 novellas of hers on my TBR. They've been on my TBR for a while now. Knitworm Girl 2 was one of them. The other one is... I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to put a picture of it right here. This one sounds super cute. From what I can gather, it is a snowed-in forced proximity female-female romance novella, and I'm here for a forced proximity trope all day, every day. I am thoroughly enjoying 7 Minutes in Heaven by Eloisa James. We have got some fantastic banter going on. There are a handful of very funny characters in here. It's pretty steamy so far. So the premise of this one is that we have Eugenia, whose name I mispronounced earlier in this video, and Ward. Eugenia owns a governess agency. So basically she trains and employs governesses, and then she finds the perfect homes to put them in. Her governesses are highly regarded in society and much sought after. Ward has recently attained guardianship of his much younger siblings, who he didn't really know about until recently in his life. He is fighting to maintain guardianship, and he needs Eugenia's help to kind of prove to the courts that he's responsible and that his home is a good one for them. So far, it's got the perfect amount of swoony and steamy and funny. Can I help you? And I'm really, really enjoying it. What are you doing? At this point, I have chosen my 3rd book. It is going to be 3 Little Words by Jenny Holiday. Is that right? I hope that's right. I received an ARC of this sometime last year when it was first published. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to read it, but it has been on my TBR ever since. The library has a copy of the audiobook, so I will be downloading that and listening to that most likely on the drive up to our friend's house this weekend. But yep, that's pretty much what's going on with me in the Buzzword Readathon. I hope those of you who are participating are not suffering from burnout. I felt a little bit burned out yesterday morning, but that seems to have passed, and I am ready and raring to finish up this readathon with a bang. So on that note, I'm gonna go read, and I'll see you guys later. We're back in my car. I am eating McDonald's for dinner because I forgot to bring something to work and because I want to. So as of right now, I am just shy of my goal for today. I'm on page like 292 or something, and my goal was to get to page 300 in order to stay on track to finish the book by Friday. So that's awesome. I think I am going to maybe get a little bit ahead today, which would be really cool. So maybe that I can start my 3rd book tomorrow night. I am loving 7 Minutes in Heaven. It's so good. I'm so glad I picked it up. It's making me want to reread Desperate Duchesses because of all the references to the characters from the earlier books in the series. Yeah, I'm really digging it. It's like swoony, steamy, funny. The 2 children who are Ward's brother and sister are hilarious and heartwarming, and there's just so much good stuff happening in this romance, and I'm so glad I picked it up. If nothing else, I got to read this book during the Buzzwordathon, and I'm good with that. So that's where I'm at. I don't think I'll get another chance to update you tonight because when I get out of work, it'll be super dark and I will be super tired. So I think that means I will see you tomorrow. Hello. Good afternoon. It is Buzzwordathon day 5.
and I have a big update for you. I finished 7 Minutes in Heaven by Eloisa James this morning. I totally was not planning on finishing it this morning. I just got wrapped up in the audiobook, surprisingly, and then I basically just listened to the rest of it while I was setting up for a program. And guys, I loved it. 5 stars. I apologize for background noise. I am trying this vlogging and walking thing for the first time. It's a little awkward. I'm going to coherently explain what it was I loved about 7 Minutes in Heaven in a more quiet environment. But yeah, so I'm on my lunch break right now. I am walking to the local diner because it's pretty warm out. It's not nice, but it's warm. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. I'm gonna go get some breakfast for lunch, and I'm going to start 3 Little Words by Jenny Holiday. I have to read it on an iPad that I borrowed from the library because I wasn't expecting to need my Kindle. Also, the audiobook that I thought I was gonna be able to get is actually something that I had to put on hold, and the hold is not available yet. So that's what's going on. I'm hoping I can record a little bit while I'm in here eating lunch, but we'll see. Who knows, right?
Hello there. It is quite some time later. My afternoon went downhill from the last time that I spoke with you, but it's fine. Everything's fine. I did my nails, so I feel better. I am super tired, but I want to talk to you a little bit about why I loved 7 Minutes in Heaven. I finished it this morning. 5 stars. So good. It's a keeper for sure. I already mentioned before that it is swoony, steamy, funny, endearing, heartwarming. It has great, realistic, endearing children characters. There's a pet. I am always here for a pet in a romance novel, and it's an obscure pet, so that's even better. There's groveling. There's the house staff shunning the hero because he's being a jerk, which I love when that happens. There is a super smart and self-aware heroine. It's just so good. It's so good. I love how we got to revisit some of the characters from the earlier books in the Desperate Duchesses series, specifically towards the end. They kind of get little mentions throughout the whole book, but at the end of the book, like the last few chapters, they are all up in there, and it's so fun. Like any and all category romance novels, you can read this without having read the Desperate Duchesses series, but I think having read it made it even better for me. So yes, I am so glad that I decided to do this Buzzwordathon. If the only thing I get out of it is that I picked that book up, I'm happy. So as I mentioned earlier, I did start 3 Little Words by Jenny Holiday. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I am really loving it so far. I have laughed out loud more than once, and I am already really rooting for the hero and heroine to get together, even though circumstances and reasons are going to keep them apart. I'm not going to lie, we are now 5 days into this readathon, and I am starting to feel a little bit like I am ready to be done. I have enjoyed all the books I picked up so far, but I think the fact that I know I'm probably not going to finish the 3rd book this weekend is just making me feel less motivated to try. Still have the car ride up to our friend's house tomorrow and the car ride home on Sunday to listen to the audiobook. if it comes in, / if I decide to get it on Audible. And I am enjoying it, so I'm definitely going to finish it. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it by Sunday. So that's pretty much all I've got for now. I'm going to go upstairs and lie in bed and read some more. And yeah, I'm hoping to get the chance to do some vlogging this weekend. But if I don't, then I'll see ya later. Good morning. It is Saturday, Buzzwordathon day 6, and I am still 20% of the way through 3 Little Words by Jenny Holiday. I did not read last night. I edited video instead, and I didn't even get all the way through the video, which would have justified me doing that instead of reading, but I didn't. Like I mentioned last night, I feel like I've kind of hit a little bit of a wall, but we're gonna push through. I have to pack for our trip, and I'm planning on listening to the audiobook while I do that, as well as during the drive. I think I'm going to have to break down and get it on Audible because my hold has still not come in yet, which stinks, but it is what it is. So that's all I got. I don't really have anything, actually. So I guess I'll just see you later when I have something better to update you on. Hi, hello. It is Sunday, day 7 of the Buzzwordathon. I am tired, I am cold, I am so happy to be home. We had a really nice time visiting our friends, but there truly is no place like home, and I am just too old and quite frankly too introverted to be doing sleepovers at other people's houses. I don't want to exaggerate and say that I got the worst sleep of my life, but I got the worst sleep of my life. I'm super glad to be home. It is the crummiest, coldest, rainiest day outside. Perfect stay inside and read weather. So that's what I'm doing. My husband and I don't have any other plans today except for watching the football game at 4:30. Go Pats. I feel the need to say that it looks like I've been wearing the same hoodie since Friday night. And that is not the case. I just own an ungodly amount of navy blue hoodies, and they are my absolute favorite thing to wear. Hoodies, not navy blue hoodies. So that's all that we have on the docket. As you could tell, I did not record a single second of anything when we were at our friend's house to use in the vlog, which is fine. It's fine. So as of right now, I am 50% of the way through 3 Little Words by Jenny Holiday. I really don't think I'm gonna finish today. It would be really cool if I did, but if I'm being realistic, I don't think it's gonna happen. Can you hear my tea boiling? I am really enjoying 3 Little Words, by the way. So the premise of this novel is a contemporary romance. It is about Gia and Bennett, who are both in their friends' weddings. Their friends are getting married to each other, basically. I will let you know before I get into this that there is a content warning on this for eating disorders and drug abuse. Gia is tasked with the responsibility of getting the dress to the wedding, and Bennett has the rings. So the story starts out, their flights to Florida, where their friends are getting married, are canceled because there's a giant storm hitting New York City. So this is a forced proximity romance, and as you know from earlier in this video, I'm so here for it. So basically, their plans to get to Florida keep getting thwarted, and they have ended up deciding to rent a car and drive down to the wedding so they can kind of beat the storm. They're going to drive down to Florida, they're going to beat the storm, they're going to get there to their friend's wedding, deliver the goods, and hopefully do it in one piece. Gia is a model who is starting to kind of sort of feel like she's over her career. She's ready to kind of move on to something new, but she's got some major baggage, and she literally thinks that she is not good for anything else. Like, she thinks the only skill she has is that she's pretty, and she's not worth
anything else. Then it has a little bit of a dark past involving drugs, and he now owns a restaurant in New York City with the goal of eventually making that restaurant a pay what you can everyday restaurant. So he currently does this pay what you can model twice a month, where people come in, they order food, and they pay what they can. If they can't pay, they still get to eat. And his ultimate goal is to make his restaurant a pay what you can restaurant all the time. So we've got two really, really well-developed characters with a whole lot of baggage. The banter is great. Their chemistry is off the charts. I am really, really loving this romance so far. I didn't really expect to like this much because, if I remember correctly, the ratings on Goodreads aren't that high. So I wasn't expecting to love it, but I'm loving it. I was hesitant to say I was loving it at the beginning because of those ratings and because I was so early into the story, but I'm halfway through now and I'm loving it. I'm really, really loving it. Jenny Holiday is a new to me author, and I'm really excited to read other stuff by her once I finish this one. So that's where I'm at with the readathon. I'm really planning on just chilling out in the basement, reading, listening to my audiobook, crocheting, hanging out with my husband and my pets, and then watching the game. And I think what I'll do is check in with you tonight to wrap it all up. So yeah, I'll see you later. Good morning from me and Cookie Dough. It's Monday morning. The readathon is technically over. I fully intended to come on last night and do a little bit of a wrap up, but I apparently was more emotionally exhausted than I realized because I basically had a little mini meltdown, which is fine. It happens, right? We're only human. But I was in no shape to come on last night, so here I am now. I am currently 70% of the way through Three Little Words by Jenny Holiday. I'm still loving it and I'm really looking forward to finishing it, which I totally expect to do today. At which point, no matter how late it is or how tired I am, I will come on and wrap up this blog. I was really hoping to get it posted today, but that's not going to happen, which is, again, fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. So that's what I got for you for now. I feel like this vlog went downhill since Friday, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I have enjoyed it for what it's worth. So on that note, I'll see you later. Hi guys. Forgive this terrible lighting, but I just wanted to come on really quickly and say I finished Three Little Words by Jenny Holiday. Hooray! I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. The end, unfortunately, did not live up to my expectations, but that's fine. It was still a really enjoyable read, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. This is officially the end of this vlog. I am sorry that the content of this vlog got so not great towards the end, but it is what it is, right? If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. You the real MVP. I had a great time. That's what matters. I picked up 3 books. I loved 2 of them. I liked 1 of them. I had a really fun time reading them and pushing myself to read every free moment. And I also had a lot of fun vlogging. I am telling myself that the more that I do this, the better I'll get at it and not to feel self-conscious. So thank you all so much for watching this vlog. I don't know how to close this out. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.